Hey guys, today is going to be my 2013 favorite. And what I'm doing is showing products I discovered this year that I love so much I cannot live without them. And I'm lumping my drugstore and high-end together because I actually only have two high-end products. This has been for me the year of like drugstore everything. I moved recently, and although I am close to a Sephora and two Ultas, they're really not in my line of driving vision, and so I just have almost completely stopped going to them. I've ordered some online, and you know, I just really have been going to the drugstore mostly. So yes, this is going to be a super long video, so let's get started. I'm going to start with primers, and first of all, I want to say I still love my Laura Geller Spackle Primer. I have, I think, almost 10 ounces of backup of this stuff. This is a 2-ounce bottle. I have two more 2-ounce bottles, 3.3-ounce bottle, and a 1-ounce bottle still. So this, it will always be like my holy grail primer, but I discovered two other primers, one high-end and one drugstore this year that I really love. This is the Laura Mercier Radiance Foundation Primer. It is so good. I use this as almost like a skincare thing too. If I'm not wearing makeup, I'll use this as my moisturizer because it's really hydrating. But it's dry, like the texture is kind of dry, but it gives your skin the most amazing glow. Like, I have never experienced anything like this. It is amazing. This is just a small sample size. I have a full size of it as well that I haven't opened yet, but it's insane. I have a foundation routine video where I use this, and it looks beautiful under makeup. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. It fills in your pores. It makes your makeup go on easy. For me, if you have oily skin, it doesn't make your makeup last any longer, but it makes your face look so freaking beautiful. For me, I will blot every hour if I have to. This is stunning. And then for drugstore, I'm using quotes because it's still super pricey. It's from Pixi, which you can pick up at Target. This is the Flawless and Poreless Primer. I'm gonna say it, and I think I'm gonna mean it. This is better than the Spackle Primer. Oh, I hate it. But it's so good. This does everything that the Spackle does, except for it fills in your pores better, which is, I mean, the Spackle Primer does it, but it doesn't do it always or super, super well. You have to kind of play with it. This, if you just, I mean, this fills in your pores really, really well. So I really, really love this. I'm like rationing this out because I think the full size is only 1 ounce, and it's, oh God, is it like 30 bucks? It's really expensive. You can buy it at the drugstore, but it's expensive, but it's a good primer. I mean, it makes your makeup go on awesome. It fills in your pores. It's almost an exact dupe for the professional, except it doesn't clog your pores. That one, like, I can't even touch my face with that stuff. I break out like crazy, but this I didn't. It's the same texture. It reminds me of peanut butter. I know it's probably disgusting, but it feels like peanut butter or something. And it's got that brown, got that brownish tint to it. I don't know if you can see. But it's like the same exact, it's kind of dry. It's just so good. It is so, if you like the professional or you have a problem with big pores, I would give this Pixi Flawless and Poreless Primer a try. This is a small size as well. But I will eventually, after I use up all my Spackle Primer, be buying a full size. And then I'm going to do a setting spray really quick because I use it before I put my foundation on. I still have almost full bottles of the All Nighter and De-Slick by Urban Decay, which I do like, but this NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray blows those out of the freaking water. This is so amazing. It's amazing. I feel like it makes everything on your face perform better. Like, if I was worried about my Spackle Primer not filling in my pores, if I kind of blot this on top, you know, that's taken care of. It just like makes everything do everything well. It's just amazing. And this definitely gives me lasting power on my foundation. And I do layer it. I put this on bare skin, and then I put my primer on, and then I put this on top, and then I don't actually set my done makeup with setting spray. The only thing I would recommend if you're actually buying this to keep in this bottle, this sprayer is like a laser. It will shoot only like one steady stream at your face. So I do 4 sprays on my hands. I rub my hands together and then I pat it all over, and that works best for me, and then I kind of let it dry. But I love this, and this has lasted me for so long. This is 2 ounces. I think it's $7.99 at the drugstore, and so many places are carrying NYX now. You can get it at Target. My grocery store carries NYX products. You can get it at Ulta. So I mean, online, everywhere. I love this so much. I cannot even tell you. It's amazing. And then for foundations, I have no high-end foundations this year. But I have 2 from the drugstore. The first one is this number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation. I've used, you know, a decent amount of it. I got it several months ago, and I love this. This actually reminds me of the Hourglass, like, cream to powder one. It's actually in a similar tube. The finish is so similar, except for I feel like this lasts a little bit longer on me than that one. I got a sample like a year ago, whenever it first came out, or longer, and I loved it, but it didn't last very long, and I felt like that oxidized on me a little bit, and this does not. This has a super powdery finish. I do go ahead and put a powder over top of it because, I don't know, I just do. I'm oily skinned, I just feel like I have to do it. But yeah, I mean, it dries fairly fast. You can still work with it, and it doesn't like dry like in place on your face. I go ahead and put it everywhere, and then I blend it out with I use like a beauty blender or something. And it's amazing. I love the finish. I love the lasting power. The only beef that I have with this is the lightest color. And I mean, even holding it up to my face, you can tell it's a little too dark, but I can make it work, and I love this foundation. And the coverage on this says medium. It is full coverage. I don't have to use any kind of concealer with this. It'll cover redness on my nose, on my chin, everywhere. I do use an under eye concealer, but this is very full coverage for my problems, so that's nice. And then the next one is the L'Oreal Infallible Advanced Never Fail Makeup. This is, you can do anything you want with it. You can make it matte, you can make it dewy, you can make it medium, like this just looks good with everything. It looks good with any primer. You can mix anything with it. It's just amazing. I love this. The finish on this is so natural. I would say this is medium coverage. The color range is really awesome. This is the perfect color match for me. It has a pump. Thank you, Jesus. It's just amazing. It's kind of pricey. It's one of the more pricier ones. I think it's like $13 or $14.99. L'Oreal is kind of expensive, but it is such a good makeup. I love it so much. It's probably my all-time favorite foundation. I trust Colorstay, Revlon Colorstay, more for lasting power, but this is like my all-time, I think, like favorite foundation I've probably ever used. I love it. And then for concealers, I wanted to start with this CoverGirl and Olay Eye Rehab CC cream. I love this stuff, man. I mean, it makes my under eyes feel nice. I have super oily everything, but I have really dry under eyes, and so I use an oil under there, and then I put this on top of it after the oil's dry, and this is perfect. It's fine under makeup. It does a really good job at concealing. It's also like a hydrating serum and it's just, I mean, it's so nice. I just feel like I'm doing something good for my under eye if I put this on, and I do like the coverage that it has. I do put it on under my foundation, and I absolutely love this. I've been using it a ton. And then for like concealing blemishes and redness, I recently discovered this Concealer X from Physicians Formula. This is amazing. This is in the color Fair Light. This is so awesome. It's like thick and tacky. I know it sounds really undesirable to have on your face, but it sets really well. And then I put a powder over top of it. You can't see it, you can't feel it, and if you have oily skin, it's super long lasting. It's so long lasting on oily skin. I love this concealer. I have never looked back. I love it. I haven't used another one on my actual face for anything except this one since I found it. Next is the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer Oil Free. This is awesome. This is actually exactly the same as the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. The texture is the same, consistency is the same, they have the same amount of tackiness. I use them exactly the same way. I think there is no difference except for this one is like a crap ton cheaper. I think this was $3. I got the lightest color, it's porcelain. I use this under my eye, and the highlight, I use a crap ton of it because I love it, but it's super tacky and kind of thick. I don't like it I have used this on my face a few times, but it's not super long lasting if you have oily skin, so I don't really love to use it to cover up blemishes or redness because I feel like it will fail me, but on my under eyes, it's amazing. I love it. And for powder, I guess would be next, is this Revlon Nearly Naked powder. I have used the crap out of this and it is awesome. Like, I feel like you can never put too much of this on, and it's probably one of the most long-lasting powders I have ever used. I love it so much. I have never had to put it on more than twice. I will blot and everything goes back to looking normal. I will blot, everything goes back to looking normal. And if I've had my makeup on for like 10 hours and I'm going back out, like today, I'm gonna wear my makeup for like 12 hours, then I have to go back out. I had to get up at 5 in the morning, put my makeup on. So like I will probably reapply this, but I'll probably only do it one time. And so I just think this is amazing. I would absolutely 100% repurchase this, and I've never repurchased a powder in my life. So that is awesome. I love this. And then for bronzer, I have one drugstore and one high-end. They're both fairly recent, but I've been using them a ton and I love them so much. The first one is drugstore. It's the Flower Beauty. This is in Sunkissed and Single. This is what it looks like. They're both matte. And this bronzer is so natural and pretty and like brown, but not like too brown. It's this one right here. It just looks so natural on fair skin. I'm not wearing it today. And I have loved it so much. This was such a good purchase. And also, just side note, it's not my favorite blush of the year, but this blush is beautiful. And they are both so pigmented, so be careful because they're both kind of dark. I absolutely love this though. And I think Flower Beauty is kind of pricey, but I mean, I love this product and you get a lot of stuff, so this is amazing. And then for high-end bronzer, this is going to shock everyone who's been here for a minute. This wasn't a haul recently, but I've had it for a while. I ordered it several months ago. It's the Laura Mercier Bronze 03. Oh my god. This is the greatest bronzer I have ever used, ever. For my skin tone, this is the best color ever. It's so pretty. It's matte, but it's called Matte Radiance Baked Powder Bronzer. And here's what it looks like. This is a concentrated swatch. It's right here. It looks kind of orangey on camera, which is really weird. I have it on today. You can't really tell. You can build this up, or you can like sheer it down a little bit. I usually do it more concentrated on my like cheekbone, but I sheer it out a little bit up here, and then I do some contouring on my nose too that I like a little bit sheer. But this is, for my skin tone, this is the most natural like bronzer I've ever used. This is the best color ever. I love it. The formula's good. It blends out so easy. It's like goof proof. Like you can put it on. I could put this bronzer on with like this brush and still get a perfect line. It's goof proof. It's awesome. It blends out so easy. It's not patchy. It's amazing. This is a small, this came in a kit, but I will absolutely be buying the full size of this. I am in love with this bronzer. Love it. And then for blush, I only have one brand, and it's the Milani Baked Blushes. I have more than these, but these are the colors I've been wearing. If I want an orange-ish cheek, I have worn this down so much. I've used it a ton. This is Luminoso. This is my go-to. Or if I don't know what I'm going to wear, I just wear this all the time. I love it. I love it. It makes everything on your face look good. And then this next one is Dulce Pink, which is also so pretty. This is like my nighttime blush, I feel like. It's not super dark or anything, but for some reason I just like wearing this at night. But these blushes have been amazing. They're not new this year, but I just finally picked them up this year and have been loving them. They're amazing. And then for, I guess, eyes, we'll do eyeshadow primer. I like using, I have 16 of the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I don't know what my problem is. So I've stopped buying eyeshadow primer because I'm going to use those as primers. They don't crease. They're multiple colors. They're great as primers. They're great alone. And so, yeah, I love those. But specifically this year in the fall, they came out with like a matte collection. And I picked up Nude Pink, and it looks like this. It's like the perfect skin tone color base for my lids. I love this one. I've used this one a ton. I'm trying to kind of ration it out because it was limited edition, which really sucks. But this has been my favorite color specifically, but I use all of them. If you've seen any of my Eyes of the Week videos, like, you've seen them in action because I use them all the time. But they don't crease. They're awesome. You could put an orange on and cover it up with a blue shadow. And I mean, they're really easily covered up. You can sheer them out. I put them up onto my brow bone unless I have like a really darker color. But this color I love to use all up on my brow bone and stuff. And these are amazing. I love these. I will continue to use these forever because I'll have that many. And then the next one, I do not know why I love these so much. I think it's just because of the color and the texture and the packaging, but it's the Flower Beauty Cream Eyeshadows. This one is one of my favorite colors specifically. This is Orchiding Around. It's like a very pretty metallic-y smoky purple. And they're like this really cool like mousse texture, and you can sheer them out really well, or you can build them up. If you build them up, they can feel a little greasy. These crease though. They're not long wearing on me. They do a little bit better if you put a primer on. But for me, even if you put a primer on, they will eventually crease. It's just that I think it's just the texture. They're really thin, and they don't really dry very well. But the color range is insane. I have 7 of these, and if I don't need my makeup to last me all day, I will choose these because the colors are so pretty. And I rarely wear the Maybelline Color Tattoos alone. I don't just use them as eyeshadow. These I do all the time because the colors are so pretty. And they have matte ones. They have ones that look almost foil. They have like really pretty shimmery satiny ones. Like, they're amazing. If you have not checked these out, I mean, just get one because they're nice. And then for actual like powder eyeshadows, these are 2 colors I did pick up this year, but this is not new to me at all. The L'Oreal Infallible in single eyeshadows. I have 17 of these now. I mean, like, what's my problem? But they're so amazing. The colors that they come out with are insane. Like, they're so awesome. Here is one that I just picked up recently right here. It's like this really pretty like smoky gold color. I wore that on, it's called Gilded Envy. I wore that on New Year's Eve. And then this one, it looks like it looks like sparkle. It's called Silver Sky. Let me swatch this one. I put this on over the other one because it was just, I mean, it's like, whoo, well, bam. Look at that. That's amazing. It's so pretty. I don't even know how to show you how pretty that is. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it. But these, I don't reach for them enough, but they are like my favorite drugstore individual eyeshadows for sure. I've only tried a few other kinds, but I love these so much. And I feel like the pigmentation is so consistent, which is, I feel like, really hard to find in the drugstore. And as far as eyeshadow quads or trios go, you already know. The Maybelline Eye Studio, I have 11 of these. I have ones I haven't even used yet. I love these. These are awesome. The colors all go together. You can use the entire palette in every eye look. They have mattes. This one right here has like a matte black, so you can use liner. You can make this really smoky. There's usually multiple finishes. This one is not one that has multiple finishes, but it's still beautiful. These are all like shimmers, not like glittery ones, but they're pretty shimmery and metallic looking, and they're stunning. Like, they're so beautiful. But you do not need a lot of these. Like, they're so pigmented. I have not run into a color that is poorly pigmented, and I'm just like absolutely addicted to these. Like, I mix and match these. I bring these when I travel, even though they're super inconvenient because they're all teeny individual ones, but I love them so much. I can't stand it. I have so many. And then for, you guys already know this one too, my favorite eyeshadow palette of the whole entire year is Lorac Pro. I got this palette in the summer. I've already hit pan on 3 of the shadows. I'm about to hit pan on a 4th one, Pewter. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm probably gonna have to repurchase this. I've been looking for Lorac single eyeshadows, but they're very hard to find. So I would recommend this over any of the Naked palettes. I have all 3 of them. I have the Urban Decay Smoke palette. I've got a ton of palettes, but this is my all-time favorite. I mean, really, when you look at it, you have liner shades or smoky shades, matte BT dubs, and you've got matte brow bone shades or inner corner highlight shades. You have really pretty shimmery ones. This one I even like to use as inner corner sometimes. You have jewel tones over here. This is a really pretty like blue gray. This is a beautiful purple. I also wore that with those colors on New Year's Eve. This is an awesome, unique color that you will not find any other palette. Garnet, it's like a reddy orange. It's so pretty, like a burgundy. It's beautiful. Mauve is also another super unique color that I haven't seen in a palette ever. There's some colors now similar in the Naked 3, but this came out way before the Naked 3. Yeah, I just love, I do my eyebrows in this color. I mean, it's the most perfect palette. You could travel with just this palette for a month or a year and just use this palette. I love it. I haven't hit pan on any of my Nakeds. I've hit pan on this. I've had it since the summer. I mean, I love it. Amazing. And then the last couple products I have, I've always just filled my brows with powder, but I have really deep scars on this side and I just could not get the powder to stick very well. So I tried a few pencils, and this Milani Easy Brow, the color Natural Taupe, is amazing. It's a retractable, very tiny tipped eyebrow pencil. You just twist it up. And then on the other end has a spoolie, and it's great. This is filthy dirty because I use it every single day. And ever since I got this and started using it, I've been filling my brows every day, and I never used to do that. Brows is something I just, they're fine. I mean, I got kind of a lot of brows. I don't have a huge problem. So yeah, that is, I have loved this so much, and I will continue to repurchase this forever. And then for mascara, nothing has ever beaten my L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes. It just hasn't. It ain't gonna do it. But an honorable mention is this Flower Beauty Zoom In Ultimate Mascara. It is gimmicky. The top is like twisted for all these different functions. So you like twist it and the brush takes on different forms. I mean, I don't think it helps. I've used all three of them and I don't think it makes a difference, but this brush is massive. It has plastic long bristles. It's super defining and lengthening, and I love that. The only thing that I would say, the reason it's not like the best mascara ever, honorable mention, is because it doesn't hold a curl. I think the formula is too wet and like heavy. It kind of like weighs your lashes down. And this one, it's like freaking black hairspray for your lashes. Like, shoot, they're gonna stay there forever. So, I mean, I didn't discover this year, but I've continued. I've over a dozen of these easy I have since I found it, and I love this mascara forever. Forever. And then, let's see. Oh, lips. I think the Maybelline Color Whispers came out this year or came out 2013 or late 2012. And I have 5 of them. I love them so much. All the colors look amazing. The pigmentation is insanely good for like a whisper of color. And this color I've used a ton. Like, it is so way down there. This is in Lust for Blush. This is like my go-to lip color if I don't know what I want to wear. I love it. I carry it in my purse. It goes with every single thing, but this is definitely my favorite color that I have of those, but I love every single one of them. I have a couple from a limited edition collection that came out. I mean, they're all really nice. I would recommend them to anyone. And if you have dry lips when you put this on, it's pretty moisturizing, and it won't like nourish your lips, but it doesn't like show how dry your lips are. It doesn't like grab a lot of the product so your lips look disgusting. Love that. And then there's these L'Oreal Color Riche Balms. These are so good. They're so good. This is my favorite color, Plush Plum. It was from a limited edition collection. I'm going to swatch this one for you because it's so pretty. Look how beautiful this color is. It's showing up so much lighter on camera, but it's so buildable. You can make it sheer. You can make it, it's like a really pretty berry color. It's not really showing up very well. But I love this. I have used so much of this as well. And this just came out like in the fall. But I have this whole line, the formula, I love. They smell so sweet, so good. They feel amazing on your lips. They're just, I love them. They're glossy too, which I really love because I hate lip gloss. I do not like it. And so it's like glossy, but it's like slick and smooth. It's not like thick like gloss. But I just love these so much. I have like 3 of them, and I definitely want, there's like 3 other colors I'm eyeballing that I'm gonna get. I love them. And then the next line that I love, I have 7 of these, Rimmel Apocalypse. These are my 2 most worn. This one's in Comet. It's just such a pretty, like, darker color. It's like stunning. It looks like this right here. It's really pretty. It's like just a really pretty dark kind of berry color. And then Luna. This is like a bright orange. It's so pretty. I love oranges and coral, which you will see in a second just how much. But this one is like super orange. I just love it so much. I wear it all the time. I actually get a lot of compliments too when I do use. I think my skin tone just goes really well with oranges. But that's it right here. It's so, so pretty. I love it. And then my favorite lip color of the whole entire year, I bought it back up because I didn't know if the collection was limited edition, is this Maybelline Baby Lips in O Orange. I've used a lot of this one. This is not my backup. I have an unopened one. It is such a cool color. I have it on right now. It's like, I call it my favorite nude because it's not like, wow, in your face, orange. But it's so pretty. I don't know. I'm out of room. I'll swatch it right here. It looks really, really orange on the swatch, like pumpkin orange. But it is so not when you put it on. I love it. It's so pretty. I feel like it just looks so nice with my skin tone. Oranges are my thing. I like me some oranges. I love it. It's great. And the very last thing I want to talk about is sponges. I have always used brushes for foundation, and in my mind I was like, I have arrived. Brushes are so great for foundation. I don't want to use anything else ever. And then I discovered makeup sponges. I do now have the Beauty Blender. I bought it in the Sephora VIB sale and I do like it, but I don't think it's like the greatest one or so much better than all the other ones. And I have tried 9 or 10 different kinds now, and I've only tried 2 high-end ones. So this is the Real Techniques one. This is awesome. It's fantastic. The shape is great. I thought because it had more defined edges it would be less nice for blending, but it's not. This is probably one of my most used ones. It's soft, it expands when you get it wet, it's beautiful. This one is from the brand, I think Swishers or Swissers or something. It's at Ulta. It's in the front right when you're checking out. And it's $4.99 or $5.99. This expands when it gets wet. This is probably maybe even softer than Beauty Blender. I feel like this is almost like memory foam when you get it wet, and it's so nice to blend in. It's so cheap. And I do love, this is my Beauty Blender. It's dirty. I did use it today. And I do love the Beauty Blender. I got a really good deal. I got 2 for $25 plus 20% off, so they were not that expensive. I would not pay full price for them. I think these, what's this, like $6.99? This one's like $4 or $5.99. Do the same exact thing equally the exact same way, if not even better, really. So I don't see the advantage of having only the Beauty Blender. But I do love just the application of putting your makeup on with like one of these damp like beauty sponges. I have like 9 and I love them so much. So that is it for my 2013 favorites. Let me know what you guys have loved down below. I would love to know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned. And I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see ya.